Hello from Kirkham and Wesham Station. Today we're going to York and I'm waiting on the 9:33 train. Sunglasses on. Yeah, so I got the train from Kirkham today because, now here's a hack for you, I don't know if it always works. I think Kirkham is classed as Preston, whereas Poulton is classed as Blackpool, and as such there's often a premium on the price, and you can get on the same train at Kirkham for significantly less than you would get on it at Poulton for. You don't pay the Blackpool supplement.
The next station.
I'm about 2.5 hours on this train to York, so I might get my earphones out, ah yes, that thing, and listen to some music. Well then, after a 2.5 hour journey, which only felt like 5.5 hours, we are here in York. And I've got a couple of things that I specifically want to do. I've got 5 hours to do them in. The first thing though is lunch. Okay, it said the city centre is this way, I think. So let's go. I hopefully don't have to get Google Maps out. And just look at the Grand. Wow. Already I'm way too distracted. Remember, you are hungry. Yeah, that just behind me is something that I want to do afterwards. I want to walk around the city walls. Apparently it's 2 miles and should be able to see a lot of things from there. Well, that was a palaver. The machines weren't working properly. Let's see how the food is. It'll be all right. Well then, that Five Guys, it was okay. It wasn't absolutely superb, but it will do. Anyway, there's something I want to see, and I think it's down here. That looks a bit out of place, doesn't it? Or is it perfectly in place? I mean, we are in Yorkshire after all. Well, there are all sorts of little things that just catch your eye in York. I'm not sure what's going on here with all the police. And this is what I wanted to show you next. It is the Shambles in York, and I am reading this off a sign. It dates back to medieval times. The ancient street of the butchers of York, mentioned in the Domesday Book. It takes its name from the word shammel, meaning the stalls or benches on which the meat was displayed, later versions of which can still be seen. And it was rebuilt around 1400 when it assumed its present character. I might have known there'd have been a load of school trips here.
Diane, Deborah, Ian. Diane, Deborah. They do. Yeah, they do. They're not actually manipulators. Yeah, they do.
Oh, obviously. Oh look, they've got one of those Christmas shops like you get in Germany. What's she called? Katie Wolfart? I like the swans, and I also really like that little mouse there. And there is also a Shambles market. And York was granted its market charter in 700 AD. Park your broom. What do they take me for? Who do they think I am? I like that hat. Yeah, some people really suit a hat, don't they? And I am not one of them. There's M&S backing up there. I wonder where exactly they are and if they have a loo. Look at that half-timbered building there. I wonder how old it is. It looks like it's about to fall down. It is the Golden Fleece pub, and it dates back to at least 1503. to answer your question, yes, they do have loos in M&S on Parliament Street. This seems to be the main high street for York, but let's be honest, I have not come all the way to York on this absolutely glorious sunshiny day to mooch around shops. That's the parish church of All Saints Pavement, and according to that clock it's 20 to 2. I'm gonna run out of time. I don't want to run out of time. I'm having too much fun. I shouldn't complain, should I, about the school trips? They're only doing exactly what we did when I came right at the end of year 6. Yeah, we didn't go on PGL or anything like that. We came to York for the day. It was fun, I remember it. One thing that I considered doing when I was planning this trip to York was to visit the Jorvik Viking Centre. Of course, York was founded by the Vikings when they arrived in England all those centuries ago, and I was going to go. I looked in more detail. It seems to be mostly stuff for primary kids. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I am, correct me in the comments below. Yeah, so I decided against it because it's not exactly cheap either, and also pre-booking is essential. You could also come and visit York's chocolate story. Yeah, York, home to Terry's of York and Rowntree's before they were rudely taken over by Nestle. And yeah, I would go in, but it's too glorious a day. I don't want to be inside. This street that we're walking down right now is called Petergate, and in Roman times, this was the high street of York. It's named after the Minster, which is dedicated to St. Peter, and that's what we're going to have a look at next. This is Constantine the Great, who lived from 274 to 337, and near this place Constantine was proclaimed Roman Emperor in the year 306. York Minster is behind me, and it is absolutely stunning. It's a shame about the scaffolding and things, but how old is it? I imagine it needs constant attention. So York Minster has been standing for almost 1,000 years. If you want to go in, it's free if you live in York. Otherwise, it's £20 for adults. Under 18s are free as well. I'm not going in today because I don't want to pay, haha. No, that's not the only reason. I haven't got a lot of time, and I've noticed that when I show the inside of churches, people switch my videos off. So I'm not doing that today. And also, like I've just said, it's too nice a day to be inside. It looks stunning from the outside though, doesn't it? Guess that means it's 2 o'clock. So I've got about 3 hours to go. when we came on that school trip all those years ago, I seem to remember having our sandwiches here in Dean's Park, just outside York Minster. Ah, now I thought that was real topiary from a distance, but it's not. Fake astroturf. So this then is the northwestern gate of York's Roman fortress. And the next thing that I'd like to do is walk around the Roman walls. I believe it's a 2-mile round trip, so that should be pleasant. Do you think I go up there? Let's give it a try. That's York Art Gallery over there. You know I don't do art galleries. It says that the distance around the city walls is 1.9 miles. That'll do me. Push to open. Okay. Oh. Wow. Fresh. Got a nice shot there of York Minster towering above everything. As usual, when I get on these things, these narrow walkways, everybody else is going the opposite direction to me somehow. I think I might have said earlier on that the Vikings founded York. Of course, I didn't mean founded in that sense. York's been here a lot longer than the Vikings. It was a Roman town, but of course the Vikings did make it one of their key homesteads when they arrived. This is absolutely glorious. I don't think I could have picked a better day for this. Enjoying this visit to York today. It's the first time I've been in York when I've been completely in charge of the list of activities. It's great. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, it sent me down there, but this isn't the place I went up. I feel a bit cheated. I wonder if I can go up this other side. I don't know if you can see that, it says Ice House, which is presumably those ruins down there. So it says here in AD 71 the Roman army established a fortress on the banks of the River Ouse called Eboracum. You are standing right now above the remains of the eastern corner tower of this fortress, and further to the right, presumably that, is the remains of an interval tower. And the Romans left York in 410, but as you can see, the walls are still standing and in really good condition. There are two rivers in York, the Foss and the Ouse. According to the map, this is the Foss. This here is what's known as the Red Tower, and it marks the termination of the city wall. Yeah, I've just had to walk the last little bit along the road because there's no wall for that little bit. And at one time it also marked the start of what was an impassable swamp. So then, the Red Tower was built in 1490 and it was used as a watchtower to strengthen the city walls. And this bit's interesting, look, there's no wall or fence or anything, just a sheer drop. You'll notice how I'm staying very close to the other edge. I'm not 100% sure about this, you know, because it would only take a nutter, wouldn't it? Just on the other side of those trees there is the York Barbican. I remember I went to a concert once at the York Barbican with a load of friends and associates. You know who you are. It was absolutely amazing. We went backstage and everything. We were invited, we didn't storm the place. Absolutely amazing. Sadly there'll be no more, but happy memories nevertheless. Now this here is Clifford's Tower, and the original Mott and Bailey Castle was built on this site by William the Conqueror. I must say I've seen bigger castles, and is it just me or does it look a bit lopsided to you? This here is the River Ouse. I was going to do a boat trip on the River Ouse, but logistically too difficult, not to mention 40 quid. So if I cross this bridge up here, which I believe is called the Skelderdale Bridge, that's where the walls start again. So we've seen that large portions of York's ancient city walls have actually been destroyed. But why have so much of them survived? Well, the destroyed portions were removed because of a large influx of horse-drawn traffic. One person who wasn't very pleased with that at all was the Archbishop of York, and he sued the corporation and he won, which is why the remainder of the walls are still standing today. Flixbus. That's the station that we've got down there. We're not too far off the end now. For me then, that is the end of the walls. I can't remember exactly which gate I joined them at, but it was somewhere around here. Yeah, it was a nice walk. I enjoyed it. There's lots of history there, and some of the scenery is absolutely spectacular. I've got about an hour now before my train. I really want a snack and or a drink, so we'll see what we can do about that. So Costa it is then, needs must. Okay, best get going then. I am attached to make it spill all over your bag. Right, station. Where do you think I'd find it? Up here, I think. Here we are then at York Station, where there is a station piano, and you've no idea how tempted I am. I can't remember how. Trust me to forget the flat. So it's platform 6 that I'm after, which will be somewhere over there probably. I've just checked and I paid for the train ticket £34.50, and that was for a cheap day return from Kirkham here to York, and I booked that just a couple of days ago. I think this is the right train. It'll have to be, because I'm not looking for another one at this late stage. By train. Well, that was interesting. Remember, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff if you can find them, or text British Transport Police on 61016, who will reply with a load of inane questions. Yeah, there was a bit of a punch up on the train. Yeah. I mean, really, those involved were mostly a little bit worse for drink. You know, I've had enough of people drinking on trains. Even those who think they can handle it can't. But anyway, problem solved, I think. I do hope that you've enjoyed this visit to York with me today. I thought it was really a great place to visit, and it has a lot in common with Chester, with the walls. I did a video last summer about Chester. It was a good video, nobody watched it. Yeah, so York was absolutely stunning, I thought. Is a few hours enough? Absolutely not. Anyway, if you like this video, tell your friends and tell YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe for new travel videos every Monday, and that way you won't miss anything. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.